Picture this: three library staff members trapped inside the South Charleston Public Library. Aaron, Toby, and Josh, each with divergent tastes, tasked with watching each other's films. Can they survive with their sanity intact? Find out on Real Opposites, a library podcast about movies.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Real Opposites. I'm Aaron,
I'm Josh.
I'm Toby.
and we are back for our first of three special Halloween season
Trilogy of Terror.
Trilogy of Terror episodes.
Yes.
And the first one is Josh's pick, Event Horizon.
Yep.
So Josh, tell us a little bit
So,
about it.
Why did we
Event Horizon, the 1997 film directed by Paul Anderson. He was coming off of Mortal Kombat, which was a huge hit at the time.
I loved
What
that
is,
movie.
what is the laughing here?
Because that movie's great, but that's a very different movie.
It is. Well, that's part of the reason. So he was coming off Mortal Kombat, huge hit. He was, of course, offered the chance to do the sequel to that, declined. Also offered the X-Men movie,
Mhm.
which would have been in early development,
Mhm.
and the X-Files movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Turned both of them
Ooh.
down because he didn't want to do any more PG-13 movies, but he wanted to go hard R.
Well,
And so he went, and there was a script I think currently exists, like an existing script, and he chose that as his next project and reworked the script, and that's what became Event Horizon, which is basically about a haunted spaceship that has gone to another dimension, a dimension of like chaos and return, and it's haunted, and it's basically The Shining, Alien, and Hellraiser
all together. Yep.
all
All
together.
wrapped
Mhm.
in.
And it was one of the only a couple of movies that I've seen that actually scared me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the film by myself in a large auditorium. I would have been 13 going on 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably looked like I was 18 so I could get into the movie. But
Helps being tall.
yeah. So yeah, and it creeped me the hell out. Even when I like watched it on video, when it came out on video and then DVD, it would still creep me out just from the opening.
I've watched it several times, and the jump scares still get me. And,
Yeah.
like, that's
It's not just the jump scares. It's like from the very start of the movie, is like you're traveling, the camera's traveling through the event horizon, and then the guy is spinning,
Mhm.
and then you like the camera like goes into his like it
It's
just sets up
haunting,
this like
yeah.
sense of dread just
It's
immediately.
ominous.
well. I think that's
and-
why they work. Like,
Yeah.
jump scares don't usually. I mean, they'll make me jump, but like, I don't think they usually scare me because I'm like, oh, jump, ha, silly.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
This, I'm like, oh
Well,
my god, like,
At this point, like there's such like a formula for him. Like you
Yeah.
can see him coming a mile away.
Right.
And there's some good ones in this,
Mhm.
but it was just like, and then it was, so for whatever reason, this movie is always linked in my head to Doom, the
Mhm.
video games,
Sure.
just because I deal with like
oh sure,
hell,
yeah.
demons, whatever alternate dimension.
Well, it says this was an inspiration for Doom 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it totally was, and Dead Space,
Mhm.
the video
Dead
games,
Space,
totally
yeah.
is
Mhm.
basically Event Horizon.
Right.
Um,
Oh, I love
and
Dead Space.
so I mean, like so the movie was like from pre-production to release was 10 months, which is a very short period of time for such a complex, effects-heavy
Right.
Mhm.
movie, and especially in the post-production. I think he was supposed to get 10 or 12 weeks of like editing,
Mhm.
and that got cut down to 4 weeks
Mm.
because of Titanic.
Right.
Titanic was supposed to come out in July, and it got delayed till December. So Paramount was like, "Well, we need another movie to fill in this slot in late summer." So they
Yeah.
chose Event Horizon. Titanic, yeah, makes sense. Both about
Right.
ships.
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so they had a test screening of like a 130-minute cut of the
Mhm.
movie, and it was a disaster. People were nauseous, and like I can't remember if anybody hurled, but
Mhm.
and the studio was like, "Oh my god."
What did we
Like,
make?
what did you make? Because once you see the movie, it's particularly the visions of hell,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
where they were basically a second unit crew was off shooting those sequences while first unit was shooting, like Sam Neill and Fishburne and everybody,
Yeah.
and they had adult performers, so people that are very comfortable being nude, and they had just just the most chaotic, nastiest stuff you can imagine going on, and you get glimpses of that. So if you want to, you can. There's screenshots if you want to break down like those and what you see in the movie is just like a couple frames
A couple seconds of it, yeah.
of each like little piece of footage. But I actually think it works better the way it is in the movie now.
Oh yeah.
But so Event Horizon, as much as I love it, it's a heavily compromised movie, just because. I mean, it was cut from 130 minutes.
They cut a lot
to 96 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's over a half hour of
Right.
film that is just missing, and you can like when I saw it in theaters, I was just like, this is amazing. I love it. I had a friend that went like every week to see it for like a month, and I was like, man, I love it. Anyway, but like watching it now, knowing this stuff is like, yeah, this. You can see where it's just missing connective tissue.
It works, but I'd like to see that cut. I
would love to see. I mean, fans, because it was a huge hit on video and DVD.
Yeah.
Fans would love to see that cut, but unfortunately, there's about 10 minutes worth of deleted scenes that are like included on the DVD and the Blu-ray. It's in very poor quality.
No.
They only were able to get those because someone had them taped on a VHS tape. Apparently, the camera negative is just lost.
Oh.
That's sad.
It's kind of like before they really started archiving this stuff really well. And it's not like this was Titanic where it's like a big. I mean, it was an expensive movie, but nobody just thought to. I don't know. Somebody like there was an extensive search like years ago when the special edition DVD came out for that footage, and no one could find it. So it's unfortunate because I think that would be a better movie, especially like you get like half the first half of the movie is like it's so just heavy,
haunting, heavy.
Yeah. And like as they're exploring the ship, and then it just kind of quickly turns into like a slasher, like picking them off the ship's picking them off one by one. And there's not as much of a lead up to like Sam Neill going full Pinhead.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, the thing. So I was watching it again, and the thing I wish most is that they had kept those sets, because the production design is amazing.
It's beautiful.
And it was modeled after the Notre Dame Cathedral. So there's a lot of Gothic architecture. Like there's a lot of round. Like it's not like a typical spaceship. Like it looks like a church in space.
Yeah.
Right.
But man, those sets are gorgeous, and I was like, man, this would make an amazing like theme park.
The Gothic flesh windows are beautiful. Like beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, well, to be fair, it mostly burnt down.
Well, some of it did, yeah. But
in the middle of production, but and it's so. I mean, you were saying you referenced Hellraiser. I was talking to Todd the other day because I guess he hasn't seen it, or maybe he had seen it, but I was like, I mean, it feels a lot like Hellraiser. Like he's like, are they the same universe? I was like, no, but they both come from Bosch. Like they're both their depiction of hell is based on like the Hieronymus.
And I guess Clive Barker did consult early on in pre-production.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, him and Paul Anderson are both British, so I imagine British horror. So they're I don't know, but
discussing.
It's mostly like Paul Anderson probably being like, Clive, I'm going to steal some of your movie for a little bit.
Is that okay? Can I just need a couple. I need to tell people about the great sites that I'm going to show them.
Yeah.
And there's going to be hell, but it's going to be erotic to a certain extent, and
So that does bring up a question that I'm just going to go ahead and ask to make sure that I saw it correctly, because it is those scenes that you see, they are flashes.
The blood orgy. kind of
Okay.
stuff.
The blood
That
orgy.
was
Yeah.
what I was saying.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
No.
I-
It's the worst stuff you can imagine.
It's
we
depravity.
were watching
Yeah.
it, and I think we just didn't expect it. And Mark and I both looked at each other and we're like, "Did we just see that? Like,
Yeah.
did that just happen?"
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. The movie goes hard.
Yeah. It goes
Yeah,
hard
but like,
for a second.
it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
in
No,
a
it
way.
does.
Mhm.
And
Like, it's set up for that.
Right, yeah.
One of the things I like is that, and part of it probably is because this is a shorter cut and
Mhm.
things aren't as defined.
Mm-hmm.
Is that this isn't like a, like a Catholic version of hell. Like it's
No.
not something based in our understanding of the
Right.
universe.
Exactly.
It's just this alternate dimension of pure chaos,
Yeah.
Chaos and evil.
violence, and
Yes,
Mhm.
just depravity. Our version, what we understand as depravity.
Right.
And that's always just fascinated me.
Mhm.
Well, I
So
think
it's
that's.
like I said, it's what you don't see that I love about the movie. Really,
I think
Right.
that's fun, and I also think, I mean, it does tie into our idea of like, but the delighting in it is what is
Yeah.
disturbing. Like when Sam Neill is a
Mhm.
full blown, like, this is where we're going. It's where we have to go. Like,
yeah,
you can see the light in his eyes of like, yes, it's horrific, and yes, I want it.
yeah.
And like, I mean, that's one of the things that Hellraiser plays with, right? Is it's like
Oh yeah, yeah.
all sensation becomes good sensation
I wouldn't
once
know, I
you're like
haven't seen
past
it.
this. You got
need to watch Hellraiser.
I know,
Hellraiser.
I need to.
You gotta see
Book
Hellraiser.
is great too. Hellbound
Hellbound
Heart.
Heart,
Yeah.
but because this is a very similar realm that they
Yeah.
that they transgress into, and like, and again, I think that's what makes it so terrifying is you have Sam Neill, who is like, he's relatable. He's just
Yeah.
a guy who would like to have his wife back,
Well-
who built this, who let his career get in the
Right.
way of everything, like everything else in his life, and now this is all he has left. Is it worked?
Yeah.
Like how terrible it was that it worked, but it worked. And like that's like
It's
makes a
almo-
beautiful villain.
It's almost like because this, if you think like the ship's coming from another dimension, and I mean it's almost like something is calling him even from his first scene, like he's having these visions
It's
of
very Lovecraftian.
Right.
yeah.
There's a
I mean
voice.
he's very like a Lovecraftian character. He's
Yeah.
very paranoid and
There's a voice whispering from the darkness.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's
Luring
drawing him into
him.
this even before he sets eyes on it. Like
Yeah.
it's very.
Right.
and it's just like I don't know, like I just love the movie to death.
Mhm.
Even though it is compromised.
Right.
And the second half is way too.
Rushed.
Yeah, it's just too rushed. You needed a middle act to slow it down a little bit, spend some time in the ship
Mhm.
before all hell breaks loose. But it also has one of my favorite, just like one-liners.
Mhm.
It's two of them by both by Laurence Fishburne. It's like one's after they watch the video, the blood orgy.
Mhm.
He's like, "We're leaving."
Yeah.
We're leaving.
Yeah.
Like,
Get-
and that's
We're done.
that's what I also like is all the characters they're immediately relatable. Like I
Yeah.
like all the characters
Mhm.
that are there. I like him. I even like Sam Neill. I just want more time with them.
Yeah.
More time with their trauma that the ship is feeding on. There's just so much that
There's a couple low character moments that needed to be there that
Yeah.
I think
And-
I cut.
And I have, so you guys had already seen this, both of you,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So of course I hadn't. I was
Yeah.
the one that hadn't seen it. I had planned to watch it Monday because that's when I could, and we were at dinner, and I was like, "Oh, let's just watch the trailer for the movie we're going to watch." And I watched the trailer, and I'm not going to lie, it made me not want to watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
I weirdly, true life, I love space. I love to learn about space. But for some reason, space movies just don't do it for me. Like, I'm not a big Star Wars person, Space Trek person, anything like that.
Say Space Trek?
Whatever.
Star Trek.
Oh, I'm gonna get ripped apart for that. You might want to.
No, we're leaving that.
You might
in.
want to edit
You
that
can
out.
live with that shit.
Or at
that
least
will
leave,
stay in.
you
at
can
least-
live with that shame there.
at least leave in me begging for it to be cut
I'm
out.
gonna do Space Trek trivia
We're
next
doing
year.
Space Trek trivia next year.
Okay, well, for all you
Jesus.
Trekkies, I do apologize, but
Mm.
So we were at dinner and
My feelings are
I-
hurt, and I'm on the podcast.
and I brought up the
I'm not surprised.
right. I mean, it is me. And we brought up the trailer, and at the end, I was just like, well,
We'll see.
hopefully it like captures our attention.
Yeah.
So we went home and we watched it, and it did. It caught our attention.
Were you expecting a haunted house? Because that's what it is. It's a haunted house.
I think I felt like I knew that going into it. Probably from the trailer.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Once it got started, it's really not about space so much.
No,
It is about a haunted house, basically.
it's
Yeah.
space.
It's
it
Amityville, The Shining, in space. It's a living.
Right. And so it did catch my attention once it got into it. And, it's definitely bloody. It's definitely gory. It definitely has scenes that are just shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The visions of hell or the visions of the alternate universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were like, did we just see that? Because it is such flashing scenes
Mm-hmm.
that you're not 100% what you saw, but you think you saw it. But I think it works for this movie, and it made it
does.
shocking. You know me, unnecessary nudity I don't like, and just dumb scenes I don't like. It is needed in this movie,
I feel
and
like-
it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it does create this shocking moment where
Mhm.
you're just like, whoa, like, that's crazy. So, and I will say you were correct about the jump scares. There were definitely jump scares that got me.
Good.
And they're good ones.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite one is at the opening when when Sam Neill's in the space station that's like
Mhm.
orbiting Earth, and there's like, if you watch it with a good sound system, like the window opening, it's like the loudest window ever.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yep.
you know, and it's cut at just this right moment
Mhm.
from the previous scene. Oh, that's one of my
That
favorite
one got
little.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then you have that beautiful that shot that's spinning
Mhm.
as the station is spinning.
Mhm.
If I remember correctly, that shot
It costs like a third of the effects
it
budget.
cost $1 million
Jeez.
and took like several months to do.
I see.
Because
Goes
this
on
is
here.
like CG is here. But
It's not.
Most of the stuff when you're seeing the ship, they're models,
Right.
and there's digital compositing and everything. But we're not at that point where everything, like all the ships are CG and all this is CG and the explosions are CG.
Right.
That's also another thing I love about the movie is like the CGI is generally minimal. All the practical effects are amazing,
Mhm.
and all the the ship stuff is great, and the explosions and
I thought-
it feels
I
like
guess the director made him remake that shot 20 times.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, they kept not getting it right, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I will agree that
Yeah.
I think the effects are really good, and it all looks good and holds up. The only one that got me was in the very beginning. It's like the first time they show the ship or something, and it's just very CG.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ooh, that ship looks real."
Like where it's coming out of the like clouds and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The clouds
and
are
it's like turning around it, and you see the planet in the background.
Yeah.
and-
It's not
There-
even
there
the
is-
ship. It's like just the space around it looks fake. Like,
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
that's what
that
it
was
was.
probably very early like CG
Right.
cloud or something.
But other than that, I mean, I thought the effects were really good, and I think they hold up, and which is great, especially for
it's almost
for this,
30.
30.
yeah. And I will say, like I do wish there was the backstory for the medic in there,
Oh.
Yeah.
because the way they zoom in, like when he goes to get cut open, that scar
You
and
know
the
there's a
way he's
story.
getting cut open means something, and
Yeah.
there's literally nothing in that.
Because
movie.
he's really the only one that doesn't have like a backstory to his death.
Right.
Like
and I honestly, knowing me, was like, oh, did I miss something?
no,
Like,
you didn't. It's just
why-
not in the movie.
It's
There's
like
something important about that scar, but you never.
Well, and
get
it's like
that.
they all get drawn in by their past, and it's very
Right.
clear what their
their past
what's
is.
important to them, what they're being drawn
Right.
by, but like not to like Fishburne. Okay,
Yeah.
like you hear the guy calling for him.
Yeah.
Right, and he
You-
sees him and everything.
And he dies in a fireball, which is how
Right.
that guy, and like
And like, but the scene where is it Fishburne that finds him? I can't remember
That
who
finds
finds
who.
him. the guy
The medic?
Oh,
open.
yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure it's
S-
Fishburne.
I mean, him just hanging there with his
Oh, yeah, it's
chest
beautiful.
open and the entrails
eagle,
on the
yeah.
table.
Yeah.
Amazing. I loved that scene.
Yeah, everything's like
beautifully
gorgeously
done.
If I remember, this is Adrian Biddle, who was one of the best cinematographers from the era, and the lighting and everything is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I was noticing this time, like the the amount of time, or at least screen time. This is where the movie could use a little more
Mm-hmm.
slowed down. Is like you go from him getting ripped open, and then I think it's Fishburne is just like kind of walking in and finds him, and is like, wait. This takes time to like string somebody up like
Right.
this.
Mhm.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
get the
You know,
cut open,
yeah.
and then I think you see like a string.
Like,
Yeah,
They show a string, and then you get him hanging up
yeah,
there.
and then
Yeah.
next,
But so it could have used a little more on him for sure. But
Definitely.
yeah, I think overall the movie was really good. And I thought it was fine. It did feel like it ended quickly. It did
It was
feel like
a
it
rush.
was rushed.
yeah, it wraps up too quick.
And I will say, I know Mark was like, "Yeah, I really liked this movie, but I didn't like the ending." And I think it's just because it is so rushed, and you do get, okay, he's still there. They're all gonna die, probably.
I feel like
kinda
the
thing.
ending is too heavy. I feel like this is a horror movie that needed to end with the villain winning.
Yeah,
Well, did he
And
not though? I
no.
mean, he is
No,
in the
'cause
end,
that's,
isn't he?
they get
no,
away.
I mean, you can look at it like well, she
Or
has
were they
she
seeing
wakes
that
up and has
again?
the vision and sees him in like the rescue suit, like with the helmet pop. You know, the
Yeah.
Right.
visor pops up and it's Sam Neill. But then you cut to, oh, that was a
Her-
dream. That was a vision.
Oh,
Yeah.
for some reason in my head, I thought they saw him again.
No.
They
No,
didn't.
not after that. Not after she wakes. It's like a
Okay,
double
okay.
dream. You know,
It's
whatever.
a double dream.
But then you have this like pullback, and then the doors
Doors
to the ship
close.
close. So I always interpreted that as like maybe there's
Some-
still
It's
some
nebulous.
like
Maybe
it's been
that's what got
infected
me.
by the
Yeah.
whatever energy is
The
in
fact
the
that
event horizon.
that's what it was. Not that he was there. It was the fact that she was having visions still, and that ominous shut of
And
the
they're
doors.
still on the ship.
That I was like, oh, it's still done. But I guess it does kind of leave it open.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a fan of the ending, and it was fine. It did feel very rushed.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like I think they were trying to leave it open to like, oh, what if someday we want to do something else with this? Though I don't think that anyone ever should. I think
No.
that this is beautiful the way it is and very well done. And like I just like I said, this and Hellraiser both do it so well. This idea of like what intrigues us, because if you're a horror movie fan, on some level you like what is horrible.
Right.
Like not in practice, not in real life, but like in,
Maybe also in practice in real life.
maybe, but usually no. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see real gore. I have no interest in like watching someone die in actuality. But like in this, like Faces of Death was not for me. That is not like but I do love it here, and it's like this idea that what is horrific intrigues us has been around since you were talking about like it's not like the Catholic idea of hell, but it kind of is because it comes
Right.
from the Bosch painting.
Yeah, I mean,
And then there's like a whole church where it's just scenes of martyrdom, which is
Yeah.
like it's like there is something in us that like calls
Finds that
to
interest.
this, that finds an interest in
Yeah.
this. And so I think that is what makes like the depictions of hell in this and in Hellraiser so
Mhm.
interesting, is that it's like this like, oh, like what is too far, what called to you too much,
Right.
like and you can see it like
so as far as like the ending goes, like the original ending was basically didn't have the like jump scare thing at the end where they wake up in the medic in the cryo
Right.
tanks or whatever they are. It basically just ends with everyone getting mutilated, and that's it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that
honestly, I could
would
see
be
that working.
the I
Yeah.
think that would be the appropriate ending is him. I think it's better if one person who is still like not mutilated gets drugged through into
Yeah.
like I think that's scarier, right? You get like your one innocent that gets pulled into the like, but
Yeah, and this ending didn't have the where they're rescued by the crew and she hallucinates that she's seeing Weir. Instead, Stark screams about the Event Horizon crew and feels their hands going over her body as she screams in fear. Cooper wakes her up, and the hands are shown to belong to the rescue team.
Mm-hmm.
I like that more.
Yeah, I like that.
And like the whole scene at the end with Fishburne and Sam Neill was a lot longer, and
Yeah.
man, I just wish that cut of the movie.
I would like that cut of the movie too.
Oh, okay, so this is kind of cool, and this is what you were talking about. The actors were encouraged to invent a backstory for their characters and
Yeah.
personalize their alcoves aboard the Lewis and Clark. And Jason Isaac did base his character up on his own brother, who was a doctor, and that's where his backstory comes in. He's undergone extensive surgery as a child, explaining the large scar on his chest.
That's
and
what it was.
vision.
Yeah.
So that Isaacs asked if he could take home the dummy in his likeness with the chest sliced open. The special effects department was quite shocked with his request, so they told him they still needed it, even though they didn't.
I would want to keep that.
Me 100%.
Yeah, I would want that too.
When Isaacs told his wife about it, she responded, "What the F did you think we were going to do with it?" Love that.
Set it, like hang it from the ceiling just as you walk through the front
As a
door of your
chandelier.
house.
It's like
Yes.
it was
100%.
really cool.
Put a light in it.
He's like, this was very
Amazing.
cool.
That's
I
exactly.
mean,
what
how
you did
often
with
are
it.
you going to get like a professionally made
version of yourself
body of
ripped
yourself?
open?
Yeah. No, I'd want that.
Oh, 100% would want
it
that.
too.
Yeah.
If I was ever in a movie, I don't care what the model was. If it was of me and it was special effects, I would 100% want it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that is really cool. That I like that they based it off, and they were kind of tasked with bringing up their past, which makes it a little more interesting, honestly.
Yeah. No, it does.
But I mean, like I said, when I watched the trailer, it definitely did not pull me in. But as soon as we got into it and it was done with the space stuff, and we were in which, by the way, is like 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
It started capturing my attention, and it
Yeah.
definitely held it. And I love those kind of haunting. Something's haunted. It's not necessarily a person. It's a place. You know, you have like Ghost Ship that does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's
13 Ghosts.
It's this like
in a way.
Lovecraftian, like
The
other energy.
Did you notice that the gravity drive is meant to be did you see in the trivia it's meant to be a biblically accurate angel? Those are eyes and the
Oh.
rings.
Oh no.
That's how
interesting.
that's how the angels are described in Ezekiel.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
so which is cool because the Cenobites are also supposed to be angels
Oh, okay.
from the
Well,
hell
angels to some,
angels
demons to
some,
others.
demons to-
But yeah, so I mean, on rewatch, you both still really like this movie,
Oh, I love this movie.
Oh yeah, like faults and all.
right?
It exudes just atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Just drips with dread, and
It does.
I mean the negatives are really kind of positives because probably my imagined version of like
This
the
is
director's
better than it
cut.
probably
Mhm.
actually
Yes, of like the footage that's not there.
Right.
And part of the reason I think some of it does work is because the footage isn't there, but some footage does need to be there. Like
Yeah.
there like the problem is like the studio just went too hard and gave him too short a
Right.
time. 4 weeks is really short to like
Yes, it is.
cut a film, and
It's like nice
they were I think they were just so taken aback by
being
the
asked to cut
test.
so
by
much.
the footage like the
Mhm.
studio was when they saw the test, the
They're
rough
like,
cut
"Cut
or
it up."
whatever. They were just like, no, get this down to like
Yeah.
90 minutes, and like we're just gonna
Sure.
throw it out there. And they didn't really advertise it all that much.
I don't even know that
It was a flop at the box.
I don't know if it
Yeah,
would have
it-
been a better movie, but like I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it would have been I definitely think it would have been a better movie
Mhm.
because you'd have more to latch on to as far as the characters, especially. But there's probably like an ideal cut that's like about 2 hours. Like,
Right.
that's just the sweet spot for the movie.
Yeah, and I think I think you're right in the fact that one, the atmosphere it creates is just such an ominous atmosphere, and that is also why the jump scares work because they're not just your normal jump scares. Some of them are just random things,
Yeah.
but just because of how ominous it is, it pulls you in, and you're kind of in that environment. It does a really good job at doing that, putting you in the environment.
It does.
And I think that's what works for it. I also think, of course, like we talked about, the medic needed his backstory. That shot clearly means something, and you have nothing to go off of.
That's true. Yeah.
And I think that scene would have been even more horrific knowing he had a surgery, he was cut there, now he's getting cut and ripped open again as his death. So I do think that would have been one of the footages that definitely needed in there. But the scenes of the other universe definitely work the way they are. I think it would have been one of those things where I would have felt it was unnecessary if it was longer. Just because,
I mean, I think
if it cut to like a 5-minute scene of it, unnecessary. But the flashes,
it's what you don't see. And your mind fills in the gaps. And
right.
That's creepier than
100%. And just the flashing of it definitely makes sense that it's just visions. And, it's there for a purpose, and you see what you see, but you also see what you don't see.
And I think it's important that you can't, it's so fast you can't process, right? Like, you're like, did I see that? What? Because I think that does add a little bit to, but they could do that and then have the reveal of, like, this is what it actually was, know.
I like that part being kind of mysterious. And like I said, it gave the shock value. I definitely got the shock value out of it. It did the whole late processing. Oh my God, did I see that? And we turned to each other and said that, and it just, I think, really works for this movie because it's so ominous, and then you get these visions, but it's literally flashes, and I don't know, it just that I really like the way that was done.
Well, and
I will say I was fine with them cutting that out. But definitely more backstory, more character. I love character development. It was missing.
I could take in a little bit more. I could also take a little, because they do go so hard with the metaphor in the set design and the this. I could have taken a little bit more, like where they talk about, like, at the end, it's not Miller isn't fighting Weir, because Weir's just a vessel.
Right.
Yeah.
He's fighting
the Burning
his
Man.
own
Like,
his own sin.
Yeah.
Essentially at the end, which I like. I think that's beautiful when it's set, like, and the way that the, like, room is designed. I guess I was reading is meant to represent the meat grinder is meant to, like, represent Dante's Inferno. So it has 9, and, like, kind of, that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, if we're gonna go that hard, if we're going that hard with the metaphor, then I could have used. Like, I think that's a powerful ending. Like, we're sitting here, he's, like, puppet mastering a bit, but, like,
him just fighting Weir doesn't.
It doesn't serve his story.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, like, and I was like, I think we could have done,
Yeah.
like,
there's a really great movie in there, but I still love it.
Weir's the betrayer. He's the, betrayal is his, like, where he's like, I created this thing. I betrayed my family in order to make it. This crew, because you feel like we knew what happened. Like, he doesn't, but he does.
He does.
And it's like, so once it's solid, he's no longer serving what's best for everyone. He's only serving his own. And so it is betrayal. It's like, it's beautiful. It's metaphorical and it's beautiful, and it's so scary and so well done. Like,
I think overall it's still a good movie. It is. I don't know that I also may have not been the craziest about the ending, but I think it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately,
I think there could have been other ways that might have been better, but
I would have liked the more, open-ended ending.
Yes.
Like, honestly, like, the ship gets pulled into the black hole. I guess somebody has to survive, but
do they?
I don't think so.
yeah,
I don't think so.
I would have been fine with just the ship, getting sucked into the black hole, and then
I would have been very okay
credits.
with.
I would also been okay with, like, the flip of the ending we got. Like, where I would have been totally okay with her dreaming about getting rescued.
Oh, okay.
And then a cut into, like, the hell dimension where, like, they're.
Right.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It turns out they actually did still make it in.
They made it, they got pulled in or whatever. Because I do think that that's one of the things when people talk about images of, like, hell or a hell dimension is the idea, like, having visions of getting out.
Yeah.
is what
I
is-
think that
is
would have
what
been
is
really good,
scary.
That would have been really cool.
I would
I
have
would've
really
liked
loved that. I think that
And that
could
goes
have been
with-
done.
Yes, and that goes along with technically everybody dies.
Yeah.
This is just a film that I don't think people needed to survive.
Well, I'd say I'd love the.
I didn't need people to survive in this film.
I think it's one of the endings for it's the one I prefer. One of the
Yeah.
endings for The Descent.
Oh,
She has
yeah.
the vision where
yeah.
she gets out and then
She's really in
she
it.
wakes up back in the cave.
Yeah.
And it's like I love that ending. I think that
Yeah.
is how it should always have ended, but they wanted a sequel, so they didn't do that. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
That was
think-
another
I
one
think
that I
this
would have been
ending
okay.
here, it's
with
okay
everybody
if
dying.
no one gets out.
Yeah,
Like, it's
exactly.
better if no one gets out.
And a lot of times you do want somebody to survive. I mean, most of the time you do, but
Yeah, but for this one, it would have been better just everyone
I think so. I
dies.
think
Maybe you, like you said, you get stuck with her in the ship, and like
Mhm.
maybe through the the front
mhm.
windshield, I guess what you call it. You kind of see whatever
The red
this
sky
whatever
or
this
whatever they're
dimension
gonna
is,
do.
you know.
Yeah.
You
And
just
I-
see fire. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that would have been great.
And also, that would have just ignited my imagination more to like imagine what this
Mm-hmm.
whatever this realm
Right.
is.
Exactly. I think that would have been great. And I think the other thing that kind of made the ending lackluster for me personally was we also got 3 survivors.
So when you have to
Like-
cut when you
Yeah.
cut 30
a
minutes
lot.
of your next horror movie and you need to know how it needs to end, you can talk to us about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that just made it a little lackluster for me too. It just 3
Three.
I know one is severely injured and never going to be okay or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But we still get 3 survivors on a ship that was destined for hell. Like
Yeah.
seems like a lot.
Seems like a lot of people to
Seems
live.
like a lot of people. When there were only what, 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
I mean,
not
you
very
know what I'm
many of
saying?
them.
Like
That's a lot to live.
that's
I
a
agree with
lot
that.
out of a few
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Especially when
think
you're
that was my
dealing
main
with
thing.
like eldritch horror, when you're dealing with things beyond comprehension evil.
Exactly.
Like
It's
you
not
don't
like there was
you
like
don't
a
escape
slasher
those
they can beat.
things. Like, yes, obviously she's not gonna be okay. She's gonna have dreams about that for the rest of her life.
Right.
Like it is
Well, I
this
meant
is going to make her
the guy
well,
that
the guy too, but like everyone
the
here
little white guy, the young one,
is
Baby Bear.
leaving this
Justin.
with capital T
Yeah.
trauma. Like they're leaving like they're not gonna be all right.
Oh,
They're,
for
they're
sure. Yeah, like,
going
what-
to like
So it would have been cool. There are 7,
Mhm.
and actually only 7 of them actually enter the ship because Smith gets blown up
on the
on the whatever
True.
the ship
Yeah,
is,
and
the
they
rescue
eat
ship.
Seven
So it
Deadly
c-
Sins.
Exactly.
vibe,
So
yeah.
that would have been like nobody should have survived. They all like all of their
Mhm.
their past
Past sins.
PTSD or whatever was some sort of like greed, sloth,
Yeah.
envy, whatever.
Mhm.
Which
That would have been cool.
That could've been
That might
cool.
have been like 2 on the nose coming off like 7 was just a recent movie.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
still,
it
I
could've
mean,
been
it wouldn't
done
it
that
wouldn't
it
have been
wouldn't have
something like
been-
you'd had to like explain. It would just been something like
You could have nodded to. And
yeah,
it
you
would've
could have just been
lovely.
like
Yeah.
not even mentioned, but just subconsciously all these people were getting whatever their trauma is
Getting it back
related
at
to.
them.
yeah, it's related to this. Like I say, don't even mention it. Just be like, oh,
Yeah.
well, that's obviously greed. That's obviously
Right.
envy. That's obviously this.
Yeah, sloth.
That
I
would
think
have
that
been
would have
cool.
really worked. But yeah, I think that's the main thing missing for me is just a little bit of
Well,
more character story and too many people lived.
Well,
I
'cause-
would have been great with everybody dying.
Well, because they almost get there. Like Weir is very clearly pride. Like
yeah.
I mean, his like
Right.
his like that's his through and through. Like
Yeah.
there is something about him that's like, oh, it crashed, but like he loves his ship.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like he's so proud of what he's done.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it destroyed my family, but who cares? Kind of like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So I guess that's Event Horizon.
Yeah.
I'm glad you all liked it.
loved it.
Yeah, I really did end up
I figured
liking
you'd like it just because it's so damn gory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
very
mean,
gory.
and that's part of what I
It's
love.
So
and,
violent.
and it was just very well done.
It's so well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So scary.
And that always makes a difference.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all liked it.
So, Event Horizon, we
Event
liked
Horizon,
it.
we
It was
liked it.
good.
Yep.
And
All the thumbs.
Yeah.
Room full
I
of
think
thumbs.
6
I
thumbs.
think
Six
I
thumbs.
think 6 thumbs this time around.
Room full of thumbs.
Because I think we all have things we would change about it, but the movie itself still stands. It's good.
Well, and that's the thing. What you were saying, it's like one of the movies that, like, it is still one of the movies that, like, raises like the hairs on like the back of my neck or whatever.
Yeah,
like, and
totally.
it's like not even. I've seen this a bunch of times.
Yeah.
It kind of does what the thing does for me a little bit. Not as good, but
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
you still. It's still tense.
Yeah.
When you know where it's going, you still want.
Especially the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where they're setting up the ship and they're
Still
exploring the
tense,
ship. That stuff.
It really sets it up.
Yeah, it's really really well done.
Yeah. So if you didn't check out Event Horizon before you listened to this podcast,
Shame.
now you
Do it
know
now.
secrets, but you should still check it out. It is definitely worth watching, in my opinion.
Yeah. Also, if you're listening to an podcast about Event Horizon, you've probably seen Event Horizon.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope that if you
I would
listen to
hope.
our podcast, you kind of watch the movie before we talk about it.
Do you know
anyways.
there are always spoilers?
Yeah.
We are
because,
not-
yeah, spoilers, of course. But in mentioning that, I guess we might as well go ahead and tell you what we're going to watch next so you can watch it before the next podcast. And it is going to be Tobey's pick.
Yep. It's another Sam Neill movie where he is the main character. We are watching in John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness.
Which, again, you both have seen.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I have not.
From the creator of The Thing and
Halloween.
basically every other horror movie I truly love.
One of the names in horror.
One of the names in horror. Though this movie I don't think gets the love that it deserves.
It didn't upon release.
Right, yeah.
But it like similar to Event Horizon,
It's developed
did
a
really
cult
well on
following.
video, gained a cult following.
Okay.
And was probably the other movie that creeped me out around this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
This and Event Horizon, I was like, man, I can't watch any more Sam Neill movies.
I'm not allowed to watch. Yeah, he scares me now.
Sam Neill
Which
movies
is
creep
funny
me out.
because he's so like in some of his other movies he's so likable and like sweet. It's
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's weird.
yeah.
These two are these two.
He
are
just
fun.
happened to pick like two of the creepiest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
movies
scary.
there for a few years.
So for next time, it's In the Mouth of Madness.
In the
John
Mouth of
Carpenter.
Madness.
John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness.
Yep, another Lovecraftian horror vibe.
Okay.
And based the we'll talk more about it, but the characters are kind of based on Stephen King.
Okay.
It's
I can dig that.
the main character is based on Stephen King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like a-
Oh, this is the one that y'all were talking about.
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like
It-
a Stephen King like author.
Yeah.
Who's missing.
It even it's
I
even
think
based
this-
in.
I don't
want
want
to.
to. Honestly, I don't want to spoil much for you
Right.
because it's.
I
It
want
is-
to. I think this is one that
unfolds the way it unfolds.
sounds like I would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
probably
hopefully I
like
like this one.
There's a lot of good violence and stuff.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's wild.
Love that. Okay, so I guess join us next time for the second movie in our trilogy of terror. And until then, I'm Aaron,
I'm Josh.
I'm Tobey.
and this has been The Real Opposites.
Yep.